A photograph taken in March of 1886 shows a group of Apache people gathered around a temporary settlement, armed with bows and arrows, appearing to pose for the camera. The image was captured by legendary frontier photographer C.S. Fly, one of the earliest and finest photojournalists of the American West. His work still provides modern viewers with rare glimpses into frontier life. This photograph became Fly's most famous due to one haunting detail in the foreground: a young white boy. In 1885, the boy, Jimmy, was just 11 years old when his life changed forever. On September 11th, Jimmy and his 17-year-old brother Martin McKinn were herding cattle near Gallina Creek while their father was away buying supplies. During an early lunch break, Jimmy went to play by the creek. Suddenly, a gunshot rang out. When he returned, Jimmy witnessed an Apache warrior crush Martin's skull with a rock and strip his body. Jimmy tried to escape, but was captured by Apache horsemen. By the time a search party found Martin's body, Jimmy was already gone. The Apache responsible was Geronimo, the infamous 63-year-old leader known as both a medicine man and a ruthless warrior. Geronimo questioned Jimmy about nearby military activity, but the boy was too traumatized to answer. Taking pity on him, Geronimo spared Jimmy's life and abducted him. As U.S. cavalry pursued them, the Apaches fled into the Mogollon Mountains, a natural fortress. The following year, Geronimo surrendered. C.S. Fly, the only photographer allowed to document the event, discovered Jimmy among the Apaches. Jimmy initially refused to speak English and resisted leaving the tribe, who had treated him well. When reunited with his parents, he wore only underwear and had to be clothed at a local store. Fully assimilated into Apache life, Jimmy resisted returning home and had been given the name Santiago, which he kept for the rest of his life. One of the most famous photographs of the Wild West is that of Olive Oatman, an American woman marked by distinctive tribal tattoos on her chin. In 1851, the Oatman family traveled from Illinois to California with a wagon train of around 90 people, many heading to a Mormon settlement. They were attacked by a small Native American tribe in a brutal assault. Most of Olive's family was killed. Olive and her 10-year-old sister Mary Ann were abducted, while her brother Lorenzo was left severely injured. The girls were forced into hard labor, gathering firewood and food, and were beaten if they disobeyed. After a year, they were traded to the Mojave people for 2 horses. Under Mojave care, Olive later stated that her life became far more humane. The Mojave treated the sisters as their own children, gave them clothing and land, and marked their full acceptance with traditional facial tattoos. During a devastating drought in 1855 to 1856, Mary Ann died of starvation. When settlers learned that a white woman lived among the Mojave, they demanded Olive's return. Although she initially hid to protect the tribe, the Mojave eventually escorted her safely to a settlement. Olive reintegrated into American society, married, had children, and became famous for her tattoos, becoming the first known white woman with Native American tribal markings. Among the most sinister surviving photographs of the Old West is that of Brazen Bill, a notorious stagecoach robber and con artist. Believed to have been born William Whitney Brazelton, Bill became orphaned young and allegedly killed his first man at the age of 15. He later traveled to New Mexico, where he reportedly murdered 7 men. Known for his cunning deceptions, Bill once claimed he would eat a wagon wheel on stage, collecting money before disappearing forever. Brazen Bill became infamous for robbing stagecoaches alone while wearing a crude gauze mask with cut-out eye holes and a red mouth opening. His crimes eventually caught up with him. On August 22, 1878, near Tucson, a sheriff's posse confronted Bill. Despite being heavily armed, he was outnumbered and shot dead. Authorities recovered stolen gold, jewelry, weapons, and his infamous mask. They placed the mask back on his body for a haunting photograph before removing it and photographing him again. Even by Wild West standards, the story of Big Nose George is particularly disturbing. Born in France, George became a cattle rustler and highwayman in the American West. After a failed train robbery in 1878, his gang murdered 2 law officers, placing a massive bounty on their heads. The gang carried out several robberies, including a daring daylight ambush of a military convoy, escaping with thousands of dollars. In 1880, George and his partner Dutch Charlie drunkenly bragged about killing the officers. Locals recognized them and had them arrested. George was sentenced to hang in April 1881. After a failed escape attempt, a mob dragged him from his cell and lynched him publicly. After his death, his brain was studied for signs of criminal behavior. Part of his skull was turned into an ashtray, and his skin was tanned into shoes and a medical bag. In 1950, skeletal remains were discovered in a whiskey barrel. A sawn-off skull cap was recovered and matched perfectly, confirming the remains were those of Big Nose George. Some of the rarest photographs of the Old West depict Apache rituals and sacred ceremonies. One such ritual is the spirit dance, also known as the ghost dance. In this ceremony, dancers embody 5 deities, including a clown-like figure, wearing deerskin masks and tall painted headdresses. They carry sticks symbolizing lightning, dance in circles around fire and drums, and perform gestures believed to expel evil spirits, protect the community, and mark rites of passage, such as a woman's coming of age. Although many traditions were lost with the end of the Wild West, the spirit dance continues today. Early photographs help confirm the authenticity of this ancient ceremony. Which of these haunting historical photographs do you find the most disturbing? Comment below and let me know which dark chapters of history you want explored next. Thank you for watching. One of the most sinister Old West photographs is that of Brazen Bill, a notorious stagecoach robber and con artist. Believed to have been born William Whitney Brazelton, Bill turned to crime young and was rumored to have killed his first man at 15. He was known for wearing a crude gauze mask while robbing stagecoaches at gunpoint, stealing money, gold, and valuables. On August 22, 1878, he was confronted by a sheriff's posse near Tucson. Outnumbered, Brazen Bill was shot and killed. Authorities photographed his body twice, once with the mask and once without it. The story of Big Nose George is among the most horrific of the Wild West. A cattle rustler and highwayman, George was sentenced to hang in 1881 after murdering law officers. After a failed escape attempt, a mob lynched him publicly. His brain was studied. Part of his skull was used as an ashtray and his skin was turned into shoes and a medical bag. In 1950, his remains were rediscovered, confirming his identity. His macabre memorabilia remains on display in an Omaha museum. Rare photographs of Apache rituals reveal ceremonies used to summon rain, mark rites of passage, and protect the community. The spirit dance, also known as the ghost dance, involves dancers embodying 5 deities, wearing masks and headdresses, carrying symbolic lightning sticks, and dancing around fire and drums. Though many traditions were lost, the spirit dance continues today, its authenticity confirmed by early photographs. Which of these haunting historical photographs do you find the most disturbing? Let me know in the comments what dark chapters of history you want explored next. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and continue exploring the greatest mysteries of this world and beyond.